How's it going, everyone? We got a very quick video to do here. You know, if I'm dropping a video at 9 p.m. Eastern, probably 10 p.m. Eastern by the time you guys are watching this, we got some breaking news, and some massive news at that. Sony Interactive Entertainment announces the appointment of Hideaki Nishino to the role of the president and CEO effective April 1st, 2025. Host will continue to serve as CEO of the studio business group and will report to Nishino. So now we have a new head as far as who is involved in PlayStation. Now, they have a pretty lengthy post. PR Newswire has a lot of information on this. Sony Group Corporation and SEI also announced that effective April 1st, Hiroki Totoki, President, CEO, and CFO of Sony Group Corporation, will step down from the SIE chairman position to become President and CEO of Sony Group Corporation, and that Lynn Taos, currently serving as SVP France, Corporate Development and Strategy for SIE, will step down from her position at SIE to become CFO of Sony Group Corporation. The main story is that Hideaki Nishino will be appointed to the role of President and CEO. Again, this is effective April 1st, 2025. This marks an evolution designed to maximize synergies across SIE that was announced in May 2024, in which Nishino was appointed CEO of the Platform Business Group effective June 1st, 2024, alongside Herman Hulst, who was appointed CEO of the Studio Business Group. Hulst will continue to serve as CEO of the Studio Business Group and will report to Nishino. So it'll be interesting to see how all of this transpires and how all of it is going to come together. As far as what does this mean for the longevity of PlayStation, who knows? In terms of what Nishino has planned for the future of PlayStation, obviously, I think everybody can look at what Herman Hulst has been doing, and it's been a disaster. When you have 10 canceled games, it's been a disaster in regards to PlayStation. Now, this is a change from Sony as a whole, so again, you have to look at how this is going to evolve over time, and Nishino being at the head of everything, and Hulst being the one that is going to be reporting to Nishino, we'll see how that ends up transpiring. And Hideaki Nishino is now the sole CEO of PlayStation, so we will see what all of that happens. Now, Nishino has spoken a little bit, but in terms of what his long-term projections of PlayStation are, we honestly don't know as far as what his outlook is versus what, the previous outlook of Sony has been. Herman Hulst and Jim Ryan, I think, are very much, maybe hated is too strong of a word, but I don't think they have the best perception from gamers in general, and certainly the PlayStation fans. I mean, if you look at the past few years of PlayStation, I would say it's one of the weakest output history in PlayStation literal history. If you look at 2025, 2024, 2023, it's been a disaster. And again, maybe that's a little bit strong, but I view it to be a disaster. That's a personal opinion, and 10 canceled live service games, I obviously think that's a pretty big deal. I don't know in any world where you could look at 10 canceled live service games and be like, oh no, everything's moving along swimmingly, and yeah, we'll see how all of that turns out. But remember, Herman Hulst is still involved. He is going to be serving as CEO of the Studio Business Group, and now will be reporting to Nishino, and I'm really curious as far as what Hulst's plans are for the future. When we talk about live service in general, a lot of L's are to be expected in this world. However, I expected a lot of these games to actually come out. We take those L's, we take them on the chin like we did with Concord. Not that Concord sent this shockwave and then all of these games got canceled. I was not expecting that to happen. I was expecting Concord to come out and then take an L on that. I was expecting, a bunch of other live service games to come out and take some consecutive L's. Fair Game is still in development. That's going to come out. We'll probably take an L on that. More live service games come out, take all these L's, and then we would course correct. I thought it was going to be a much more arduous process of this course correcting because all of these games were in development and I thought they would at least come out. Kind of surprised, honestly, that they would kind of jump ahead and just cancel them outright. All right, now Bluepoint, Bed Studio, really curious to hear what they are going to do. And it would be nice if PlayStation came out and just said something about this. Hey, this is what's going on. This is what you can expect in terms of what these studios are going to be tasked to do. Maybe they'll get to that in their next press event. I don't know, but That's really what I am more curious about with anything. But major changes as far as PlayStation. We'll see how all of this transpires. But you guys have to remember, like Bluepoint, Bend Studio, all of these studios that have these canceled games and these games getting canceled, it's a long, arduous process. If Bend Studio is going to be given another project and another game to work on, it's gonna take years before that's even ready to get revealed. Same can be said with Bluepoint. It's not gonna be overnight and we're suddenly gonna see all of these reveals. It's rather, this generation I think we have to accept as a wash, and for Sony, they don't have to care. They already have how many million PlayStations sold, but I think for next generation, at least set up so the PlayStation 6 era can be a little bit better than the PlayStation 5 era. Now, remember that Nishino was co-leading PlayStation with Herman Hulse, where he was responsible for the platform experience group focusing on hardware technology and third-party relations to enhance user experiences and expand PlayStation audiences. That was noted on duly noted. But yeah, very interesting as far as all of this happening, and also timing. Obviously, this has more than just PlayStation ramifications, but we are a PlayStation channel, so we're going to be hyper-focused on everything going on with PlayStation. And given these significant of changes, paired with the major cancellations and whatnot, you have to think they are somehow correlated, and I am just really curious about the future of PlayStation, you know, where we're gonna be 3-4 years down the line. And the ultimate reality is they're facing very little consequence at the end of the day. When Microsoft misplayed heavily, and I bring this up all the time, when they tried to go online only, they faced the biggest consequence in the world by just throwing away a generation and giving it to Sony. Sony has all of these canceled games and I would say a rather weak generation, but their competition, until this year, their competition looks great this year, but prior to this, they've been taking massive L's as well, and there's nobody to check PlayStation. That's why I've always had an issue with people being like, yo, oh my god, let's celebrate all these sales that PlayStation has. Like, okay, that's great, but for the consumer, for the hardcore PlayStation fans, that just reinforces PlayStation's idea that we have them forever. We don't need to cater to them anymore, and that's why they greenlit all of these live service projects, to cater towards other people and to bring other people, create other ecosystems. They weren't worried about catering to you anymore. They were worried about creating these other ecosystems to make more money from you, but also other people as well. That's why, you know, celebrating these sales when it's been a rather weak generation, I just don't agree with. That's just my 2 cents. You know, y'all can have your opinions, but celebrating sales when it's been rather weak, because, and the reason the sales have been so good, I would argue, is because they don't have much competition. The console market is the console market, but without competition, yeah, of course, you're gonna get people gravitating towards the PlayStation 5, but it is what it is. But, you know, that's my 2 cents. Let me know what all of you think in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.